We're told that once we find our life purpose, we'll have a clear path in our lives and we'll be happy and fulfilled. Once we find our life purpose, our lives will be great, right? Well, William Damon, a psychologist at Stanford University, conducted a study where he found that only 1 in 5 students ages 12 to 25 have a clear purpose in their lives. He called these people the purposeful. Then, on the other hand, were the people who have no clear purpose. These are the disengaged, and they make up 1 in 4 people. Another 1 in 4 are the dreamers, who have ideas but have made no real effort to carry them out. Then the rest are the dabblers, who have participated in meaningful activities but aren't committed to them in the long run. Which category do you fall into? Are you one of the purposeful? If you are, that's great. Purposeful people believe their lives are meaningful and satisfying. They're more resilient and motivated than the rest to live through the ups and downs of life in order to accomplish their goals. As the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live for can withstand almost any how." But it isn't easy. Building purpose is like exercising. The initial efforts to incorporate it into our lives is really difficult. But if we value it enough, we can put in the effort, and eventually, despite its struggles, we can reap its rewards. And technically, we could live as a disengaged, but purpose is definitely beneficial to our mental well-being. So purpose is great, but it isn't guaranteed that we'll find our life purpose. So if we don't try, we could be missing out on a more purposeful life, which is why today I'm going to be sharing with you all 4 steps to becoming one of the purposeful. So where do we start? Well, firstly, discover what needs changing. For me, that initial discovery was a simple invite from my teacher to join a club meeting for SAGE, which stands for Students Advocating for Gender Equality. Me and my friend Nico went to that meeting not necessarily because we were passionate about the cause, but more because we loved our teacher. We were freshmen and we were nervous and we didn't really know what we were walking into. I'm going to be honest, before SAGE, I believed in gender equality, but calling myself a feminist seemed like too much. But in that first meeting, I was assigned to the role of posting shocking facts on social media. Like the World Economic Gender Gap Report ranked Japan 120th out of 156 countries in the world. NHK reported that 1 in 5 students in Japan struggled to buy sanitary products for economic reasons. How could Japan be this behind? I was even more shocked when I started talking to my friends. When all our stories came together, the inequality was so obvious. A few of my friends have actually allowed me to share some of their experiences with you all. Last year, one friend was taking the train home at around 7 p.m. She was standing alone when she heard multiple clicks from behind her. She looked back to see that a man had taken a photo up her skirt. She was scared and quickly moved to a different train car. She told me that she didn't know if anyone around her had realized what had happened, but even if they did, she didn't think that anyone would have spoken up. Last year, another friend was taking an escalator down when a man came and stood next to her. He then nudged his arm into her as if to suggest that she put her arm around him. She told me she felt grossed out, especially because summer clothes tend to show more skin, but we should be able to wear anything without being worried about being bothered on the streets. These are common experiences. To think that this is just the start to all the negative experiences we will face simply because of our gender. I just felt helpless. Which leads me to the next step: embrace discomfort. Eventually, all the overwhelming frustrations turned into a passion for change. I wanted to see change in Japan. I wanted to see Japan as a place that I actually wanted to settle down in. SAGE gave me a place to do that. Change challenges social norms, so inevitably, change is uncomfortable. Too often, we fear saying the wrong things, pushing us to avoid critical conversations. This fear is dysfunctional. We're human, and we will say the wrong thing. But If we don't bring together everyone's stories, it's hard to see the true scale of the issue. We need to stop dismissing our experiences and start speaking up. This leads me to the next step: take action. Gender equality can seem like an issue that is impossible to solve, but through SAGE, we were able to break it down into smaller issues that we can make an impact on. 2 years since I walked into that initial meeting, I've now become one of the leaders of the club. Now my goal is to help others build their purpose. Recently, I've been helping 2 SAGE members on their project on period poverty. So what is period poverty? Well, menstruators need sanitary products in order to learn, work, and thrive in our society. Yet sanitary products have a higher tax than newspaper in Japan because it wasn't deemed as an item of necessity. Sanitary products are not cheap, and those of us who have the privilege to always have access to them forget the financial burden this can be. So we carried out a sanitary product drive to donate to a local single mother shelter. When we delivered the products, we met humble and appreciative facility workers and lots of excited kids. Connecting with them reminded me that my efforts were contributing to more than just myself. This motivated me to keep working. I knew there was more work for me to do. This is the last step: connect with others. When we place ourselves in the center of community service, it can prevent us from seeing how real people are being affected by our actions. So, to align our actions with our intentions, we have to connect with the communities that we work with. Working within SAGE also requires a lot of collaboration, which has allowed me to connect with other passionate people. I'm really grateful for the conversations that I've shared with them. They remind me that our work is meaningful. I now know that we might not be able to solve gender inequality on our own, but our actions, no matter how small, even if it is just about engaging one other person, always contributes to larger scale change. William Damon explains that purpose has 2 dimensions. Firstly, it has a stable, far-reaching goal. And secondly, it involves a positive contribution to the world. So purpose isn't about getting straight A's or going to an elite college. It goes beyond oneself and leaves something behind in this world. Focusing on gender inequality in Japan is also my way of connecting to this place. Growing up abroad, I often felt uncomfortable about being Japanese. But now I feel more connected to Japan. I plan on going to college abroad, but eventually I want to come back and make Japan a better society for all genders. So, thanks to my freshman year history teacher, I built my purpose. Being purposeful allows me to feel grounded in life. I know that the future is full of uncertainties, but I believe in myself to be able to handle whatever comes my way. This is the power of purpose I built through gender equality. For you, it might be something else. Maybe it's climate justice or mental health awareness. No matter what it may be, I hope we can all hold courage in our own lives to take initiative and build our own purpose. By discovering what needs changing, embracing discomfort, taking action, and connecting with others, we can all become the purposeful. Thank you.